God is moving. It's Young People Nation.
Welcome to Young People Nation. Listen to us weekly as we commit to bring transparency, healing, and truth to the everyday situations in life that might bring you down. Join us for your weekly dose of inspiration. Thank you for listening to Young People Nation. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. And now, here's your host, Eugene and Donna Perry.
Let's go. Christ is the foundation. Know his word gon' lead us. Know I'm already going. Taking steps I believe in. Giving guidance to the youth. Giving guidance to the lost. Give the world to the project. Lead them back to the cross.
Well, welcome back to our final session with Miss Natalie Bryant. She's a licensed clinical social worker, owner of Restoring Harmony Counseling and Pearls. You just did an awesome with a seminar.
Summit,
Summit, yeah, powerful. I saw it all on Facebook. Yes.
Yeah.
And so we're so grateful and honored to have you here and your wisdom. And if you did not listen to the first 3 sessions, please go back and listen to them because it is awesome nuggets.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about mental health awareness for our young people. And we've talked about this through our sessions, how, you know, especially sometimes we in church, we say, well, we're going to pray for you and you're going to be okay. And it's got to be by faith. But in all actuality, this person, this is not a demon. This is something that's really going on within this child's body. And so let's address that. Okay?
Absolutely. I think that when it comes to mental health, I think originally, unless you had like a real mental illness, people did not feel that young people and teens had anything to be worried about.
Right.
You know,
you got
like,
somewhere to live, you got something to eat. What's your problem?
What are you worried about? You know, we covered all the things, but they do have and they have so much more to worry about now because I mean, social media has really perpetuated and plagues our young people into trying to fit into boxes and categories and things that society wants them to fit. And sometimes it's a challenge for parents' voices battling against the voices and personas of the internet. You know, because, you know, the internet may say, hey, you need these sneakers, you need this hair, you need these shoes, you need these shirts. And, you know, when you're looking and your family can't afford that and you're wondering how other kids are getting it and you don't fit into the squares. And then, you know, Instagram makes it look like, hey, I'm living this big life. And that's not reality.
That's it.
That's not reality. And I think that there has been a false sense of reality for a very, very long time since social media has picked up a lot. Gaming is a whole nother ball of wax. So many kids have gaming addictions at this point. And what you find is while they are and do become creative on the games in playing, brain activity and actual creativity of things like music, art, and that stuff has minimized. So while it's firing from the simulation of the pixels behind the screens of a television, it's not firing in the places of creativity. You know, and I'm not saying for everyone, but it has definitely changed the landscape of what being creative is and can be. So, you know, it's a challenge. You know, I saw a lady post something for Christmas and her pictures were beautiful. And she said, these pictures look amazing. They were beautiful. But people don't know it took us 20 hours to do this photo shoot for 10 pictures.
Wow.
She was like, when you have 3 or 4 kids running, a husband, the kids are tired, they want to eat, they want snacks, they're not focused on the camera, and you're trying to keep everybody together, and they gotta go to the bathroom. And you know, she was like, you know, the reality is the pictures are nice, but they're a snapshot, seconds in a situation
of what's really going on.
So the new family norm is chaos.
But and that's the truth. Actually, it's like we always comment our daughter and Peyton's father on being the parents they are, because what it takes for Peyton is all day.
Yeah.
Until if he take a nap and, after the therapy and things of that nature. However, we just get a glance at that and you like, wow. Okay, so the smile you see on Facebook and Instagram, there's a whole lot between that.
Absolutely.
What's the youngest person that you have ever counseled?
I think the youngest that I've ever worked with was a 5-year-old, and at that time, was practicing play therapy.
Okay.
Play therapy is always really, really a wonderful tool for children, because children's first language is play. So they resolve a lot of trauma, a lot of stressors while they're playing and talking through those feelings and emotions.
Now, you just said something there about a young person, their first language is play.
Language is play. Absolutely. When a child is sitting down, and have you ever watched a child sit down and play? They'll act out your whole life.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Mommy's in the kitchen, daddy's over here on the phone, on the couch, da-da-da-da. And as they are acting out those life, perpetuating things that happen, they process through what's going on in their mind. You'll hear them speak about things that you didn't notice. You ever listen to kids sometimes when they're having conversations when they think you're not paying attention?
Yes.
And hear how much stuff is like, I didn't even know they knew that.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. We experienced that with our old story.
I saw that when we used to be in the other church and all, and we had the little daycare section. Well, not daycare, but kept the kids while the
nursery.
In the nursery and all. And the little girl came up there and she was talking to the little doll baby. Didn't I tell you not to say, oh, you be quiet and this and then spank it.
Yes,
and then put the baby down. Now shut your mouth and all of that. Everything the parent did to them, they was doing. And the child was number 3.
Yep. And that's what their first language is play. You will hear them talk. They will process. They will do so many things while playing, not really realizing that, that's what they do.
Because she put her hands on her hips and everything.
Wow.
Like a grown-up. And I said, wow. I was looking. I said, wow, she acting out what goes on in the house.
Everything.
How vast, or is there a number or percentage of growth in mental health awareness for our young people?
Yeah, for our young people, I don't have the exact statistic for young people, but general mental health right now is 1 in 4 persons struggle with mental illness.
Wow, that's really big.
That's a large population of people.
Yes.
For our teens, I can pull statistics, but most places that you can really pull information is SAMHSA, like I said before, .gov, or NAMI. And NAMI is the National Alliance Against Mental Illness.
Okay.
And actually, we do have a local NAMI chapter here in Augusta that
nice
and talk about mental health. So
right here in Augusta.
Right here in Augusta, we do have a local chapter. NAMI, we have one.
Wow.
And they have training and services for people who are here struggling with mental health. But what I love about NAMI is they also have training courses for family members who are struggling with their family member that has mental health, helping them with coping skills and how to deal with their family member when they're feeling out of sorts.
That is so important, because you can actually feel helpless in your own house because you don't know what to do.
Absolutely. And that's happened. And that's why they felt it was important that, they did have resources for family members to be able to engage.
And there's such a danger of ignoring the mental health flags. That's where you see suicide, bullying in school, or just bullying, period, just to name a few. We really have to be intentional, and it may not be your child, but wherever you have an opportunity or the opportunity is presented, and that young person feels comfortable talking and speaking with you.
Yeah.
This mental health thing is so important, because I remember one of my jobs that I had, It had to deal with youth, and I walked in, and the young man said, "Are you having a good day?" I said, "Yes, I am a good day, and everything's great." And then I stepped back by him and all, and he took his shoe and hit the other kid side of the head with it because he just had an episode just that quick, and all of a sudden I had a ride on my hand just that quick, and he, you know, and they don't hit the little kid; they hit the biggest kid in there. So I'm dealing with a child that is around 15, 16 years old, and he's bigger than I am. You know, I mean, I live weights too, but this kid was extremely strong, and I was saying, "Oh my goodness," you know, and you can't hurt.
It gets hectic with the kids, and sometimes they aren't in control of their behavior. Like some people have tics that have them move and say stuff that's odd. Some kids have OCD where everything has to be a particular way, or they have to go through a particular series of things to do before they can move on to the next step. But I wanted to read you a statistic from NAMI that I just found, and it says that since 2007, the suicide rate among American youth ages 10 to 24 has increased almost 60%.
My goodness.
In September of 2020, during the COVID pandemic, kids ages 11 to 17 reported the highest rate of suicidal ideation compared to any other group.
My goodness.
We as adults have to do better. We have, as a government, as adults, we have to take time out from our busy schedule to pay attention to this stuff, because it's not going to go away. It's just going to increase.
Yes. Yes. Oh, my goodness. That makes you be more vigilant about what your part is in this helping our young people. And even though it's not your child, it's somebody's child.
Somebody's child.
And you would want someone, and I always had this theory because this is the way my parents raised me, that what you make happen for another child, you know, God make happen for your child, because you don't know the road that your child has got to travel.
Absolutely.
You don't know it all. You can give them everything, and then they divert and go in a different way.
Yeah.
But that's their path.
Well, I definitely, I get it. And so what I had started to do was reach out to community persons to hold smaller, because the summit we did was the Mentally Wealthy Summit, and to hold smaller educational groups for people, just teaching them the basics about mental health and some things that can be helpful, and giving them a place to speak about some things that they are shouldering. But next year, I have been speaking with persons about possibly doing a summer camp that focuses in on being mentally wealthy.
That's good.
And, you know, I was thinking we're trying to figure out if we're doing it like for 2 weeks and how we're separating age groups. But, you know, just giving them some tools and some different things to think about and help them work through some of the things that they're struggling with.
How is that funded? Is it through donations for the most part?
It is through sponsorship and donation, but this was Pearl's first big event, the Mentally Wealthy Summit, and we are still navigating through the sponsorship donation thing. So we're going to apply for some grants, and hopefully we get awarded to be able to do it for our community.
And you will, because it is powerfully needed. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Now I want everybody to take a note. Take a time out right now, wherever you are, because programs like ours are trying to make you aware of mental health. You have no excuse to say, if I only knew, if I only took time. Everyone should take a note right now to make a difference and take a time out to find out about these things. So no excuse, social media is out there. You go to church on Sunday, you go to work on Monday, so you can go ahead on, take a time out from your busy schedule and find out about mental health. There's enough programs around like ours and podcasting around.
Pearls.
To take a time out to make a difference. Make a difference, because mental health affects every community.
Everyone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that NAMI. I never knew about that. So is this a place? Is this kind of like a group where they can come and sit down amongst their peers, or they just?
Yeah, NAMI is a group where you can sit down and sit amongst your peers. So I know prior to COVID, they usually had a weekly meeting, or at least once a month they met.
Okay.
I spoke for them maybe 2 or 3 times here locally, and they are actually, I think they're prepping to do their NAMI walk. So there's going to be a walk coming up soon. I can get that information to you too. So they are still having meetings, and they are still preparing programs to help educate the community. Now, NAMI is a national program, so there's usually a branch within your city somewhere.
We will be definitely getting this information to our awesome marketing representative, so when this podcast is aired, that's out there for your visual reference.
Okay.
Wow, this has been enlightening. And is there anything that you would like to leave with parents' closing remarks?
Yeah, I just want parents to recognize that children want to be heard. They just want to be heard, seen. And sometimes in society, with all the noise and things that are going on around them, they don't feel like they're seen or heard. And take some time with your child. If you have multiple children, take some time with each child separately, and enjoy getting to know the individual that they are becoming, and pay attention to the nuances that are going on. Look at if there's a change in their behavior. Look if they're sleeping too much. Look if they're eating too much or not eating enough. Listen for when they talk about aches and pains in their body, and struggles that they may have. Find out, if they've changed their friend group, and what does their new friend group look like, and try to engage them about things that are going on. And for the most part, I try to get parents to interact and have them do things in reality. And what that means is go on vacation time together, not internet stuff. Do stuff in society. Go to dinner, be outside with them, play basketball with them, be creative, and do things that are different. A lot of times I think we had gotten into more trouble with some internet things because the internet has become the babysitter. The internet has become the parent.
Yes.
Because it keeps them quiet. It keeps them out. You're here while I can focus on this, and this. But, you don't know what information and things they're taking in that time that they're away from you. And I'm not saying you have to be there all the time, but you definitely should know baseline where your child is mentally.
That's really good. Oh my goodness. What a wealth of wisdom that we've had in these 4 sessions. And I know, Miss Bryant, we're part of the community, and we're honored to be a part of your community. And so we just build from here, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we like to always give out references. Now that NAMI, please, parents, NAMI.
NAMI.gov. Yep. I'm sorry, NAMI.org. NAMI. www.nami.org.
Okay, please document that, especially locally, or it's nationwide.
It's nationwide.
Yes.
But if you put your zip code in, it'll give you the branch closest to your home.
Awesome. And we have the 988 hotline, and we also have the crisis text line, the text home to 741-741. That's available 24/7 for support. Wow. I'm just blessed by this wisdom.
Thank you.
Wow. Well, honey, any closing comment? Miss Bryant has given us she's just given us all of what she has.
Oh, yeah. Every parent, take a time out to be that bridge to better mental health. Make that effort to find out what you can do for your own family and for your neighbor. Be that blessing that God will help you to be. As usual, this is Young People Nation, and there is always hope.
Let's go. Christ is the foundation. Know his word gon' lead us. Know I'm steps I believe in. Giving guidance to the youth, giving guidance to the lost. Give the world to the project, lead them back to the cross. He the #1 prospect, he the top boss. I was broke, I was empty, he the one that paid the cost. Really thought that I was cool, there was nothing like the savior. Now it's time for the truth, the whole world been waiting. It's Young People Nation, 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 it's Young People Nation. The whole world been waiting. Whatever you going through, I know what he gonna do. Don't matter the circumstance, we going back to the root. Keep going, let that seed keep growing. You need peace and we know it. Now it's time to live holy. Young People Nation, you know what time it is. Young People Nation, get ready, the time is here. Get ready, we vibing here. We about to let God in here. Young People Nation, it's Young People Nation. Yeah, do it for the heavens, you know where we going. Influenced by His love, you know we gotta show it. It's time to put the youth on to what God is doing. Cause I can tell you now, right now, that God is moving. It's Young People Nation.